Prince Philip's angry rant with obscenities exposed. Get off my land. Prince Philip had an angry outburst in Windsor Park when he shouted at a royal photographer to get off my land, it has been revealed in a documentary. Windsor Great Park is a royal park, managed and funded by the Crown Estate, but most parts of the park are open to the public free of charge from dawn to dusk. Kent Gavin recalled the hostile incident in the 2013 Amazon Prime documentary Royalty Up Close, the photography of Kent Gavin. He described how he was on a public path in the park taking pictures of the Duke of Edinburgh, when the royal shouted at him, "Get off my land. What are you doing here?" Mr. Gavin said he responded, "I'm taking pictures." Philip then shouted back, "I don't want you here," followed by a few obscenities. Mr. Gavin told the documentary, and he was off and he comes back 3 minutes later on his bike, straight past us, and all the motorized cameras are clicking away. This was not the only time that Philip lost his temper with the press or with photographers. Mr. Gavin, who took pictures of the royal family for several decades, said he knew numerous occasions when the Queen's husband was grumpy with the press. He said, "What can you say about Philip? I've been at many occasions with him when he's not been a happy soldier with us being around." He added that the Duke would rather have his privacy as often as possible. The photographer said, "He gives you the picture but he'd rather have his privacy when it's called for. It's difficult to cut off that line of private-public." 4 years ago, the nonagenarian was caught swearing on camera, after he got irritated with a dithering photographer. An official photograph was being taken at the RAF Club to mark the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. Joining the prince were Prince William, Prince Edward, and Sophie, Countess of Wessex. Philip got increasingly annoyed, until he told them to just take the effing picture. The Duke of Edinburgh has suffered from ill health recently and was in hospital for 4 nights just before Christmas. As the Queen travelled up to Sandringham on December 20th, her husband of 72 years was travelling down to London to be treated for a pre-existing condition at King Edward VII's hospital. However, the pair were reunited on Christmas Eve after the Duke was discharged from hospital and taken to Sandringham by helicopter from Buckingham Palace. Philip now lives on Wood Farm in the Sandringham estate full-time, while the Queen splits her time between various royal residences. She is expected to stay at Sandringham, however, until February 6, a date with a special meaning for her. It was on this date in 1962 that her father King George VI died and she became queen. The monarch allegedly insists that the Christmas decorations stay up until she departs the residence, meaning they stay up far longer than the traditional 12 days of Christmas. It is usually considered bad luck to leave the decorations up past the 12th night. However, as one senior courtier reportedly said, royalty may not always be right, but they are never wrong.